hitting decided to do a cricket ground right here in this spot, because it used to be nothing more than a cow patch. There were cows over in that corner, there were goats over there. It was just a barren area. However, when Mr. Stanford first started coming to Antigua and he started landing at that airport, what impressed him and encouraged him to put a cricket ground in this particular area was the fact that the airport workers during their lunch break would come here and play cricket at every single opportunity. What's also happened is he's maintained the cricket feel, which is nice. Now, the other thing I'm excited about tonight is the fact that this is the track that was used for the semi-final, the second semi-final. We're not using this track, okay? And one of the reasons, it's got very much a jigsaw puzzle effect. It's very, very cracked. It was a little bit invariable in its bounce. So we're not using that one. We are using, and I'm excited about this, we're using the best track. This is the one that was used for the first semi-final. And I can tell you the ground staff have told me they've been rolling it for 12 hours yesterday and again for 5 hours today. So that tells me it is hard. Let's just have a look. Let's just see what the noise. It should be a sharp noise here. Yeah, that confirms it. Okay, so it's very hard indeed. Let me go and have a chat to Jeff Dujon, who's arrived. Jeff, welcome back, by the way. You've been at it for some time. You've looked at the track. I like the colour of it for starters. What's your view?
Oh, I think it's in excellent condition. It looks nice and firm, nice and hard. It's got that nice sheen on it, and I'd expect that it's going to play very well, especially with the amount of work that's gone into it.
And there should be a little bit more bounce in this one, shouldn't there?
I would expect that. I think that the extra rolling that it's had, and the fact that it does have a little dark look to it on top, tells me that there's a little bit of moisture in it, and that will help the ball to bounce and carry.
Okay, Douche, thanks so much. Enjoy the game, by the way. Okay, just one thing I want to point out, okay? I've got one area here that just concerns me a fraction, okay? It's a little bit of a ridge, it's a little bit of an indentation, and quite simply, if a ball hits the downside of this area, it has the potential to actually roll and keep fairly low. If it hits the upside of this, of course, it's got potential of doing the opposite and keeping it a little bit higher as it goes past the batsman. So it might be just a little bit variable here, but I think this track is going to be absolutely full of runs.
We hope so as well. The night has fallen here in Antigua at the Stanford cricket ground. The weather forecast is for a very pleasing temperature, 29 degrees Celsius at a max, and there's a lovely breeze blowing across the ground to keep things pleasant for the players. Well, we're getting closer and closer to that time. We've had news about how the toss should go. Jeffrey Dujon gave us those thoughts. By the way, he didn't just run down there to that pitch report. It was pre-recorded. Let's go now to the toss and hear what's happening with my business.
Here we go for the start of the big one. I've got the men that matter in the middle alongside me, the two captains and also the match referee, Remre Sarwan, the captain of Guyana, Darren Ganger, the captain of Trinidad and Tobago, and also the match referee, Pat White. Darren has the coin. Ronnie's going to call.
Heads.
It's a bit of a roll-up. Pat, what do we got here? Tails it is. Okay, Darren, first blow to you. What are you going to do?
Yeah, we're going to have a bat. I think it's a good track, and as I said before, it's a lot less pressure on you when you bat first. I think the guys are G'd up. We've got a lot of confidence coming out from the semi-final game against Nevis, so we're looking forward to the encounter.
What about any team changes from the semi-final?
No, there's none. I mean, we've played 3 games in the competition so far, and we've won all 3. And I think all the guys, have performed well. It's unfortunate for the 2 guys, that's Hazel and Young Salute, who have had the opportunity in this competition, but the guys have proven their worth, and we're going to go with this winning combination.
And what about the pressure of playing for the winner taking $1 million?
Well, I don't think that any player in our team has played for that sort of purse, so it's a new experience for us, but we know that we're playing for that million, and as well, we're playing for regional cricket supremacy. I mean, we've won 2 titles this year, and we're looking for a 3rd, so hopefully the guys can challenge themselves and come and produce their best.
I see the crowd support has swelled. A few more people have flown in.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Trinidadians here. Hopefully they will, be a little more vocal and keep supporting us like they've done in the past. And we know back home a lot of Trinidadians are supporting us. So the boys are looking forward to giving a good display.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Ronnie, you lost the toss, but I guess you're not that unhappy.
No, of course not. We would have actually chased if we had won the toss. Like I said before, our strength is our batting, and I would have stick to that.
Okay, and what about the build-up? How have you handled it last little while? Not too much time between games. What have you guys been up to?
No, we just did a bit of training and relaxed a bit. We've had a couple of days off, and the training that we put in was very intense, and we want to really see the sort of intensity in the field this evening.
How nervous are the boys for this big game?
I'm not too sure. They haven't really expressed themselves to me.
It's always an interesting sign, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I think they'll be pretty okay. They'll be carrying themselves well, and what we've had in the meeting and stuff said in the meeting, they've been very confident and they're really looking forward to this game.
How much planning have you done against specific individuals in the opposition?
We have probably had the longest meeting this morning, and I think it's because of the fact that Trinidad will be playing well and we know what they're capable of. So we looked at their players, their main players and stuff like that, but I think it's going to be a keen contest.
Okay, the surface looks terrific. Any changes in your side?
No, we have the same team.
Ronnie, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's the views of the two captains, and the news in the middle is that Trinidad and Tobago have won the toss and they're going to strike first.
This crowd is ready, and it's good to see unchanged teams all the way through the competition. Guyana, well, they'll be looking to Sawan to strike tonight. Nasing Dionarain with the ball has been effective, and Mahindra Nagamutu for Trinidad and Tobago, the two guys at the top of the list. Prickett, Belcon, they'll be looking to give their team a good start, and such depth in batting on both sides. We're ready to go. Lance Gibbs would never have called a more important battle. Let's hear from him. Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, let's get it on!
Let's get it on indeed, as we come to the first 2020 final in the Caribbean, and appropriately between the team which this season has won the first class championships in the Caribbean against Guyana, the team which last season won the last limited overs championship, the KFC Cup. So we have the two champions of the West Indies against each other here in the first 2020 tournament. Lana Skush with the first delivery, and it's William Perkins who is in strike. The Trinidadians with the two teenage opening batsmen, both 19 years of age, who've done so well for them in the tournament. William Perkins is now facing Mario Belcon at the other end, and as we've seen in the tournament so far, Guyana going with spin to begin with. Lennox Kush opens the batting for them as well, got the man of the match award in the semi-final. And there's the first run. Scooting through forward, so Trinidad and Tobago underway. As I say, good evening in the commentary box for the first time to Mark Nicholas.
Good evening, Tony, and good evening everybody out there.
Chipped away. Now they'll be looking for a second here, and they should get the second quite comfortably. Wayward return. Imran Khan done it long on. It's an interesting ploy here, but this has been the pattern by all the teams through the tournament, that they've tended to use spin from the start. Trinidad and Tobago very well supported here, but not as well supported as Guyana. We've seen throughout the tournament that the Guyana support has far outweighed anyone else in the tournament. Of course, a number of Guyanese immigrants now resident in Antigua, and they've come out in their numbers to support them. Useful first over, just the 4 runs coming off it.
Very good first over. Just a hint of an advantage to Trinidad and Tobago at batting first.
Yusuf Brandon, who has shown much more with the bat than the ball in this tournament, played wonderfully well in the victory over Jamaica, that key match for Guyana. He got 71 from just 39 deliveries, but his forte really is his bowling. That's been a rather disappointment. He's found it difficult to control the white ball. Let's see how he goes here. Down to mid-on, so time enough for the run.
Not bad. This is a staggering scene, really. A full ground and a beautiful cricket ground. Excellent floodlights. Those screens might look top class on your picture, but let me tell you, they're the best that I've ever seen in terms of clarity. Everything about this has a bit of gloss, a bit of class. Under the head from the bowler who wants to bang the middle out of the slow pitch, give runs away. You can change that momentum.
I think he was encouraged first of all by the shot which was played for the previous delivery, a short ball. We've seen both of these batsmen pulling without controlling the ball. John the Dentist Maynard tested him out in the semi-final against Nevis, and on 2 or 3 occasions the ball was completely mistimed and just fell away from the fielder in the leg side, who happened to be Stuart Williams, the captain of Nevis. So perhaps he's got this in the back of his mind, but it was badly directed. Perkins just doesn't seem settled. Not the player we have seen earlier in the tournament. The orthodox player. He's just jumping around. Nerves there.
It's a lot of money, $1 million US. It's not a bad call for LBW, I'll tell you.
Yeah, $1 million US works out to 6.2 million Trinidad and Tobago dollars, and 200 million Guyana dollars.
Well, that's, I would say, lucky not to be called a wide.
Here is Kush now, the off spinner. Settling down, picking up the runs here, keeping wickets intact.
Yeah, the issue, I suppose, is that you've got to use the first 6 overs to make an impression, because after that the field can spread. And at the moment they're not doing that, certainly not in the way that they've done in previous games. Credit to the field placings and the bowling. And as Tony says, to nervous opening batsmen.
Got him low on the full toss, I would think. Basil Morgan has a look and very quickly made the decision. And just as I think explains to Kush why it's not out.
Well, to hit him outside the line of off stump, so it's a top class decision from Basil.
Yes, stand up. Yes, stand up. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't be smart.
And whether or not it's going on to hit the stumps was immaterial on that occasion. It wasn't, as it happened, as Hawkeye suggests. Yeah, that's wonderful use of the feet. And touches on the top of the side screen. There's some natural talent for you. The best of William Perkins.
Not cross rolling, straight back in front. Absolutely straight overhead. Kind of drive which Tiger Woods would be pleased with. Back down the middle.
That's clever. It didn't quite work for him. I was just thinking of Gordon Greenwich, actually, one of the legends who was a master of a skip of the feet and then that very straight hit down the ground. Ooh, that's as good as it gets.
So 5 overs gone, just 1 to go before the field restrictions.
Playing good. This year we in top form, going to Soccer Warriors, thing for sure, and I know we're going to win, no problem with that.
Okay, now that worries me a bit, because I spoke to a gentleman in the crowd in the semi-final. He said they only had 1 batsman, that was Sarwin, but they bat a long way down and they're chasing, which is what they want to do.
No problem with that. We have good bowlers. We have a good all-round team. We won this Shell Cup, the other cup before this year. We win everything this year. So we're making it 3 in a row.
Joey, I tell you one thing that you guys are very good at, and that's fielding. You've been the best fielding side by some distance.
Yes, we have a good coach in David Williams, and the guys train hard, and we just developed our potential right now.
Okay, so if you're talking about atmosphere, you want to be near the Trinity people, right?
Yeah!
Okay, let's go back to our commentators.
Here, jumping in the stands, we are seeing another good opening partnership between Mario Belfont and William Perkins, as has happened for Trinidad and Tobago on every occasion in this tournament. He's hit that on the up. He favors the leg side. They've opened with 70, 69 and 31 respectively, the opening partnerships in this tournament. Problems Jeffrey Diljan for Amner Sawan.
Well, it's taken them a little while, but they're getting into stride. Belcon, beautiful shot on the up through mid-wicket. tended to start off cross-hauling the bowling at the beginning, but now they're looking to play a bit straighter, play a little bit more in front of square, and the scoring just picking up slightly.
Only 3 deliveries left before the restrictions are released.